Ooh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the After Effect Podcast Show. I'm your host, LeBron Stephen, but you can call me LBZ, L Boogie, Big Brown, B Ron, LB, Barani. The choice is yours. Welcome to episode 83. We have a very, very special guest, Micah Robinson. He's on the podcast show today. Cleveland native, played his high school football at John Adams, graduated, I believe, in the class of 2009. Decided to play his college football at the University of Syracuse. Was a 2-year starter there. I believe amassing 25 starts total, close to 100 tackles, 15 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks. He's played a couple years of professional arena football. We actually attended the same church, during our childhood growing up. His mom, knows my mom. Remember seeing him around the church, just growing up. And then we both kind of, evolved and developed into local athletes. And, we both went on to play Division I. So super uber excited to get Micah on the show for him to talk about, the ins and outs of his career and what he's up to now. So just send him the link. And once he jumps on, we will go.
They're stride at the right time. So my hope is
What up, bro?
How you, man? Good to see you.
Good to see you too, dog. I'm
Yes,
good.
sir.
I can't.
Okay. Hey, man, I appreciate you carving out the time, man. I know you got a lot going on. I know you're a busy man. I promise I won't keep you too long.
No, it's all good, bro. It's all good, man. I appreciate the opportunity, man.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. So this is called the After Effects Show. I started it a little more than over 2 years ago. It's always been my belief, man, that all of us athletes, if you was a top tier athlete, you played on Division I level, had an opportunity, had a chance to maybe play professional. I've always felt like we all had kind of like an after effect or aftershock of our careers. And, when it's said and done, a lot of us don't ever get to tell our stories or kind of like relive that journey. Usually only the guys that ever get those type of platforms are guys that actually make it and have those resources and know those people. So this is kind of a free and safe space for us to, relive that journey, talk about some good times, bad times, or really just try to, push the culture forward. While we're the consumers of those big time shows, like, this kind of space, creating that space for us to, tell our stories too. So.
Sir, I feel that. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. So we can just dive right into it, man. I just got 2 current events for you before we talk about, growing up in Cleveland and things like that. I was just telling you, I saw your alma mater, man. Y'all look cold in that orange on orange. Y'all had some success. Y'all beat the Big Ten team, so y'all beat Purdue. I was watching that last Saturday, man. How you think? What kind of season you think y'all gonna have this year?
Me, I'm hoping for the best, man. I'm praying. I really want the boys to go to the playoff game. I don't know what's gonna happen. You feel me? I'm just thinking optimistic right now. I want something to happen, man. Something big to happen.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, man, it's a bowl victory would be a good season. At the end of the day, just get into a bowl game and win the bowl game. You can't ask for really better than that. Be honest with you. So let's hope the boys get that far and make that happen.
Exactly, man. I was thinking about that a couple of days ago. Like, it's just a different landscape than when we played. Like, you go to bowl games and, if you win, well, usually both teams win money for their university. You know what I mean? If you win, you make a little more, depending on the tier of the bowl, you may get to school $5 million, and loser may get to school $2 million, $3 million, whatever the case may be. But now these guys got the NIL deals. They get into real bags, plus getting the money, plus getting the school money. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a different dynamic, man. I always tell people, man, they 10 years too late, goddammit. Like I wish I would have tapped some of that, tapped a little bit of that bag, you know what I mean? While I played, I'm sure you feel the same way.
Amen, bro. I swear I was born in the wrong decade, man.
Right.
And ain't no problem with it. I'm glad them young boys get into it though. You feel?
Right. No, for real, like that definitely like just makes me happy for them. You know what I mean? Because they getting kind of a different experience. Not to say like we was broke and we ain't getting no money, but you had the Pell Grants, you had your per diem, you had the scholarship check, you could sell your tickets. It was different ways for you to get some money, but yeah, they you know what I'm saying, they making real money, 6 figures. You know what I mean?
Like we have money to take care of ourselves, they got money to take care of their family. So it's a difference.
Exactly. And then like when they graduate, go ahead. What you gonna say?
I said we had enough money to take care of ourselves. They got enough money to take care of their family. So it's like it's a difference,
Yeah. And it's needed, man, because when they graduate, they literally have money to start their life. They don't have to like rush and go try to find a job or figure out how they gonna eat and feed their family. Like, you know what I mean? Like they do it right and sit on enough percentage of money, like, you know, like they can start their life. That's like a start of your life fund. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So one more thing, man, you know, we're about 30 months removed from the coronavirus pandemic. You know, COVID is still active. You know what I mean? We still wearing masks. How would you say you find yourself having to grow, you know, just, you know, as a man, spiritually, emotionally, physically? You know, I was born in 89, so I'm sure you was born in like 91, but you know, the world has never shut down. We've never had to wear masks. This all, you know, this way of living has been new for us in the last 30 months. So if you could kind of tap back in or just remember some different things that you had to change in your lifestyle just to get kind of used to the world we live in now, what would you say those things were?
Really, for the most part, for me, it was just more like just staying focused on like trying to like really get some money throughout that time, you know, trying to like really work and stuff like that. That was my main goal, because I was really with my girl, and we got like our little family right down here. I'm in North Carolina right now. I'm in Ohio no more. I've been in North Carolina last. After just the pandemic, for real.
Okay.
I've been
Okay.
trying, right, get our money together, you know, trying to take care of rent and all that stuff. So with the pandemic, I mean, they shut everything down and shut down jobs like that. So I've just been trying to stay focused and work and try to work at the end of the day.
Yeah, grinding.
I mean, staying, keep my mind focused, reading books and working out and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we've just been trying to like really stick together and get things together for our child, you know, our kids and stuff, because they too, and
right.
do homeschool and all that stuff, virtual school. It was different experience for them as well as it was for us.
Yeah. I'm already knowing, man. What part of North Carolina you in?
I've been in Durham, Raleigh area.
Okay. Because I live in Atlanta. I live in Georgia, but I'm like often in like Charlotte. I was just in Charlotte. You know, because it's only like a 3-hour drive. But I was just in Charlotte like 2 weeks ago for the Browns Panthers home opener. But I don't know. That's what's up. I didn't know you were so close.
I be in Charlotte a lot. I be in and out of Charlotte. My dad stayed there, so I be in Charlotte.
Okay. That's dope, man. Well, yeah, we're gonna have to link up at some point.
For sure.
So let's dive into your childhood, man. We both Cleveland kids. I had said it when in the intro, man, that you know we kind of like grew up in the same church, like my mom and your mom, and I just remember seeing you here and there, like having little conversations as we was growing up. You know what I mean? But I know I was a couple years older than you, so like it felt like the time just went so fast, like. We both just grew into what we grew into, and then like recruiting, and then we went to college, and you were 2 years behind me, man. So just kind of paint me a picture on what it was like growing up, you know, in Cleveland for you. You know, did you have any mentors? Did you have any people you kind of like looked up to kind of like keep you on that straight and narrow?
For me, growing up in Cleveland, you know, it was kind of, you know, we both know how Cleveland is kind of like the Wild Wild West sometimes. You feel me? Depending on what part of the city you in. Right. But you know, I try to stay, you know, keep my head straight and narrow. So I always stay, you know, out of trouble, stay to myself, stay to my friends and family. Mm-hmm. As far as like try to like keep me on a straight path, I would definitely say it was sports, because that really like that was one factor that really always want to keep my grades up, because I didn't want to, you know, be eligible to not play sports. So like stuff like that always helped me in the long run. Right. Be for real with you, growing up, my first love was basketball. Like I didn't really I played football like at a young age, like on Pee Wee, all that stuff. I played for Umoja Jazz. When I played for Umoja Panthers. But I really wasn't. I didn't have a love for the sport back then. You feel me? I was more of a basketball kid. But like once I got to high school, I really like started to maybe use my body and started growing to my own body. You know, I was a big kid, but I was like clumsy and stuff. You feel me? Walking over myself, stuff like that. Yeah. But then once I like grew into my actual body and really, you know, started getting my athleticism up a little bit, I guess you would say. Yeah. That's when I really started to fall in love with football. You feel me? Like that. So I would definitely say 8th grade, 9th grade. That's when I really started falling in love with football and started really getting to that. But basketball is always my first love. But now I'm not even as good as I used to be. So I just I'm more of a football.
Right. No, it's funny you say that, because I remember like you in middle school, like you said, like you was a bigger dude. And then, like you say, when you grew into your body, I think I seen you like some years after that, and you was like taller than me and like slim and like, you know what I'm saying? Like had the whole physique going on. I'm like, damn, like this dude he done morphed into an animal.
So,
Yeah,
hey,
no,
sports,
that's
man.
real.
Sports, you feel me? You got to
Right.
get back. Got to work out.
Right. But no, so you alluded to 8th and 9th grade. Like, would you say? And I always talk about this with guys that play D1. Like, we all have like a light switch, like that hit on. Like for me, it was probably 10th grade. You know, I grew up like watching all the college football games with my dad, or the college basketball. I always played football and basketball. I didn't know which one I was gonna be good enough in, so I just played all of them. You know, until all the way up to 12th grade, but 9th grade was when I finally started getting recruiting and the letters and all that. Then I think after my 10th grade year, I started getting offers in football. So that's when I knew like it was gonna be the football thing. But 10th grade, like starting varsity the whole year in 10th grade, like making all league, being the only sophomore, you know what I mean, on the team to even be a starter or play. I would say that's when my light switch hit on. Like, oh no, like damn, I've been watching D1 and Big Ten and all this my whole life. But that's when it kind of finally became a reality. Like, oh no, I actually may be able to do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, when would you say that was for you? When you was like you started getting that interest, and then you know that recruitment, and then like you start hearing them talks where like a school was gonna start offering. Like, when would you say that light switch is on? You was like, okay, no, I can really go and do this.
All right. Well, okay, kind of long stories. I'm trying to break it down, but so he's like, I went to John Adams High School, and when I first went there, it was the year they first opened back up. It had been shut down for like 15, 20 years. Yeah. So like my class was literally the first class that went through all 4 years, my 9th grade year. And my 9th grade year, we literally had 9th graders through 11th grade. So, but we played a varsity schedule. You feel me?
Yeah.
They had to play all type of school we weren't supposed to be playing at the end of the day. So the whole team was varsity players, and I was a freshman, and I played all 4 years varsity. So that right there, that helped me groom into a good player. You feel me? Because that's gonna get better at the end of the day just doing that.
Right.
But that's one aspect that helped me become, help that light switch in my head. And also, my 9th grade year, 10th grade year, I got in contact with Raw Talent. I don't know if you know what that is, but you know the organization that be helping, do all the little bus tours and stuff.
Yes, sir. Mark Harris. Yes, sir.
Mark Harris. He low-key changed my life. So
okay.
My 10th grade year, we went down to O State for the I don't know, it was the sophomore camp or whatever camp it was. Okay. We did this 1 day little deal, how they do it with the tour thing. So we did the tour. I went down there and balled out, bro. Like, did one-on-ones. Couldn't nobody stop me, bro. Like, I was going crazy out there. Yeah. So that day right there, they started giving me like little questionnaires. I went to go meet a couple coaches and everything like that. Mm-hmm. That was like the first stop on the camp. So like since then, I think we did like probably like through the sun on that little tour.
Okay.
So I was balled out with that. What else happened after that? Then after that, we started getting letters and stuff. 11th grade year and everything like that. So I was like, after I started getting highly recruited in football, I was like, my love for basketball started dwindling because I didn't really see nobody from my school really doing big things in basketball. So I feel like if it was like more like people in my school getting recruited for basketball, I probably would have stuck to it. Mm-hmm. But I didn't see my own 2 eyes. Like people really like coaches coming up there to try to get players from my school to play basketball. Right. So I was like, then at the same time, I knew I'm like 6'3", 6'4". If I really take this basketball serious, I'm probably gonna be a point guard in the league. I'm like, I ain't no point guard for real. I'm a big man. So
right. That's the thing. Like we all have hoop dreams until we see what height we actually gonna be, and then you weigh that out in the league. It's like
I can't even know this basketball stuff for real.
Right. No doubt. So like, if you can remember, like during the recruiting process, like once you start getting those offers and everything, like did you have like a top 3? Like, did you have like a dream school that you always wanted to go to? Like, obviously for me, we grew up in Cleveland. So like, I always wanted to go to Ohio State, and I got recruited pretty heavy from them, but they ultimately just never offered, you know what I mean? So like, I had a couple other Big Ten offers. So that's ultimately why I chose Iowa. But like, do you remember maybe if your top 3, did you take any visits? Like, just walk me through that a little bit.
For sure, O State. You feel me? I'm like you said, going to Cleveland, Ohio, period. Like 90% of everybody want to go to O State. You feel me? Right. So, and then like I told you, doing that little thing with Mark Harris, and I did that camp, and I balled out. They was messing with me, but at high school my grades wasn't the best. You feel me? So that kind of went off the table because of that. But then I would say, like, as far as the ones I wanted to go to, I definitely was O State. I was big on Pitt back then in those days. Definitely had like Shady McCoy and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It was different. I was messing with
Shady.
I don't know. I probably in Louisville. That was like my very first official offer was Louisville.
Okay.
That was like I would say Louisville, Pitt, and O State like my first, like the three that I was like really heavy on. But as far as what made me go to Syracuse, them boys like they stayed on me the whole time. Like I told, like my grades was like when it came time for me to like to do everything, my grades wasn't as how it was supposed to be, and they stuck with me through the whole time. I had to do summer school and everything, and they stuck with me. And they were
solid.
They was like when they would come to visit me sometimes, like they was really like try to like clock me down and come get me no matter where I was at, come find me, like to talk to me. 5-10 minutes.
You could tell they really wanted you.
Yeah, I could tell. Yeah, you could tell when somebody really wants you throughout that long process. You could tell, like, you feel me, the ones who want you and the ones who trying to stay up the schools. Right. And I just felt like the love was genuine with them. So I'm happy that all worked out.
Yeah, that's dope, man. So one thing that I love highlighting is, that transition from high school to college. You go from, whatever inner city, wherever you grew up at, wherever you live, to, a PWI, which is typically in like a predominantly white city, you know what I mean? And for me, my transition was kind of hard because how we grew up, like even at the church, like we was always around black people. So it's like I never really conversed with white people. Like I played versus white guys, like, you know what I mean? Like in sports, like in games, like we played St. Ignatius and Eds and Menor and all that. But like I never had no white friends. Like I never I never hung out with no white people. So that transition probably took me like 6 months until I kind of felt comfortable. And I redshirted my first year, but it took me about 6 months to feel comfortable, in those type of spaces. So how would you say your transition was? Because I know you redshirted, I redshirted too. I had to put on some weight. So that redshirt year, that transition, leaving Adams, you know what I mean, leaving that neighborhood and then going to I'm not exactly sure where Syracuse, I know it's in New York. But what was that transition like for you?
It's in Syracuse, New York, by the way. But like you said, bro, it was a very tough transition, to be honest with you, bro. It took you 6 months, probably took me 8 or 9, to be honest, bro. It took a while because for me, it was a full 360 because one, like you said, like never really around too many, like, white people as far as like where we grew up at, like not too many white classmates, none of that stuff. So only thing it was white was the teachers. Right. And even when that many white teachers for real in my school, a lot of black ones. But long story short, the biggest thing for me is like the football thing, because when I first got there, I got there like in camp. As soon as camp started, so that was my first experience of college anything.
Same in August,
Yeah, I got there in August. You feel me? So like, it was so tough on me because one, we was having 2 days in camp. Like you get there like at 7 o'clock in the morning, you ain't leave till about 10 o'clock at night, and like you feel me? Coming from an kid, like you don't know about this type of deal. So that was like killing me, bro. And
that grind different. Your body hurting,
bro. It open your eyes and it really make you want to know, like really test your mental. Like, do you really want to do this for real, bro?
Exactly.
It really tests your.
Bro. Me, dog, that's exactly what happened.
Coach like I had at Glenville, bro. Like I said, we just started, so we didn't have no real structure at Adams. You feel me? Yeah. There wasn't no real structure, so we had no real weight room program. Yeah. Our coaches really weren't like, they was teaching us, but they wasn't teaching us like no real techniques for real, bro. All I knew how to do with the swim move. So when I got to college, I didn't know no 3-tech, no 5-tech, none of that stuff was, bro. I knew it was the A gap, B gap, C gap. That was it, bro.
Right.
You feel me? So it's a learning curve for everything, bro. Like it was big for me, bro. Like it took me a while to actually catch on, but when I caught on, like I was pretty good. So this took me a little while to catch on, and I look out for like players like Chandler Jones, like really sat down and helped me. Like
he was there when you got there. Chandler Jones was there.
Helped me like really learn the game.
Yeah, man, dog. I can attest to that so hard. Like that first week or two, like in camp, like when you say like you thinking in your mind, like, man, do I really want to do this? Like
real talk, bro.
That's the same thoughts that I had, bro. Cause like I came in undersized. I only weighed like, I think I probably like 218 or something like that. But at the Ville, like we had structure. So like ladders and conditioning and all that, like was A1. Like I was A1 with all that. Like my pass rush moves, all that, A1. But but I wasn't used to like doing 2-a-days, doing 2 to 3 hour practices and lifting heavy. At the Ville, like in season, we didn't lift heavy like when we had 2-a-days. You know what I mean? So your body felt somewhat fresh, but my body wasn't used to like lifting heavy hang cleans and snatches and squatting, and then doing the 2-a-days and the intensity of these Big Ten players. Like you say, like when I was, you had Chandler Jones. When I was there, I had like Kenny Webber, Charles Godfrey, all these guys went to the league and played for years. But just the intensity, like in practice and with the lifting, your body just, my body felt like it felt like when I was stand up, I couldn't hardly walk. Like, like so I had to just, you only 18, so you got to get used to just that intensity level. Like a D1 is different. And a lot of guys, or a lot of people who don't really, only guys that really know what that feel like is the guys like us, like that actually went through it. Even when you try to explain it, like people really don't understand. Like, man, you wanted to quit, like after all them years, like, you know what I mean? But no, I can attest to that, bro. Like,
it's different.
Yeah. So what year was Chandler, like a senior or a junior when you got there?
No, I got 2 years with Chandler. He was a junior when I got there.
Okay, yeah, because I remember watching him in college. He was a dog in college. So like, what type of game did you give him? Because even in college, he was cold with the, you know what I mean, with his hands mainly. Like I seen him hitting dudes with spins, and you know what I mean. I'm an edge guy, so I look at, you know, I watch guys all the time. So, but I noticed that he had that sauce that he, you know, what he's been doing in the league, even at Syracuse. So like, what kind of game did you catch from him just as a youngin?
Most importantly, like this, use my hands. You feel me? Like this, how to work my hands, stuff like that, and do like little pre-snap reads, or like when people lined up and just think about, you know, things that can happen, not happen, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Chan Jones is an athlete, bro. Like he used to play receiver in high school. So like, when he super long limbs, and then he got through muscle on top of it. He still, you feel me? He still got the movement of a receiver, if that makes sense, you know. So just watching him quick doing, I'm like, okay, I got like I don't know what word I'm trying to. I got like an actual a set mark of what to do, what it's supposed to be. Example.
Right. Yeah. You got like a benchmark. Like you watch him and he balled out. He was All-American. So like you want to try to follow that, emulate that. Yeah.
For sure. Exactly. Oh, that's what was that with me with him, man.
He was a dog.
Yeah, you feel me?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I know that, you know, you had 25 starts, man, your junior, senior year. What were some moments that stood out? Like you say, like you had 2 years with Chandler, and then going on your junior year, like, I mean, your redshirt sophomore year, you started getting like significant snaps and molding yourself into a starter, man. Like, what was that like? You know what I mean? Just like molding yourself into a starter, man, and being in that program. And like, I think a lot of times when you in the grind, you don't really notice like how far you've come, and that you were a starter for a major Division I school, and because you trying to start, you trying to grind. But thinking back on it, like, you know what I'm saying, since we're removed from it now, man, like, you know, what was those days like? What was that time like when you finally got your first start, and then you started having success in the games? And, you know, what was, you know, some of those moments that stood out during those 25 starts?
It was exciting, bro. I done played against some real talented people, man. Like a lot of people I done played against is really in the league right now. Like
same.
I against for the state team that won the championship. That was one of the best teams against.
Oh yeah, with James Winston.
I was in college when the boys was like a problem with Clemson.
Yeah.
I played against a lot of good talent, bro. Like played against what's his name? James Conner for Pitt. It was a dog.
Yeah.
I had some great memories, man. Played against USC 2 times. I went there, you know, played at the Trojan Arena. Then I actually played them at MetLife. It was dope. With Rod Wood, Marquise Lee, all them boys.
That's hard.
Great moments. But like as far as me personally, like I feel like my favorite moments was like probably maybe going against Bowling Green. I'm not Bowling Green. Boston College. I had like a great game against them. I remember we had upset Louisville when they had Teddy Bridgewater one game at the Dome. That was pretty fun. And also every time we beat, my whole career, I never lost West Virginia. So I can say that. Orange man never lost to West Virginia my whole time there. So that was pretty dope.
That's dope.
Had Geno Smith and Tavon Austin, all them guys. So
I remember they had a squad.
We never lost to them boys. That's one thing I can say. You feel me? So
so y'all beat them in the carry. I mean, in Syracuse and in West V, and at West V.
And we played them in the bowl game too. We beat them.
Okay. Okay. So y'all always had their number.
Oh, that's one thing I can say that I'm very most excited about my college career. And
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
also 3-0 in all my bowl games. You feel me? Throw that out there too. You feel me? 3-0 the bowl
Okay.
games.
That's hard. That's hard. I think I went I went 3-1. I lost my senior year. But yeah, man, that's dope. Like I swear, bro, like the older I get, you really started once you think back, because like a lot of times I find myself forgetting what stadiums you played in, all the players. Like you brought up Shady McCoy at Pitt. Like I played against Pitt like at the Steelers stadium, like when Shady was there in 08. Like that was my redshirt freshman year. So like just thinking back on all the guys that we played against and all the stadiums we played in, and just what I mean, all just those successes, man. When you in the grind, you constantly think about, man, just balling, graduating, getting to the league. And sometimes those things don't all the way fruition out, man. But thinking back on it as an older guy, it's like, man, damn, that all those times, even in college, it was still fun. It's all a blessing. It's millions of guys that wish they could play Division I football. So it's all just still a blessing, man. So I love that, bro. So did you enter you was in 2015 NFL draft?
Yeah,
Okay.
I entered.
Okay, yeah. So like I'm sure you did pro day. So like how did pro day go? Were you hearing from any teams? Did you hope that you would get like a priority free agent deal? Were you trying to get like a minicamp invite? I mean, you know the grind, like if you go undrafted. So kind of speak on that time a little bit.
So for me, it was kind of a difficult situation for me because like my last 2 games of my senior season, I had ended up tearing my labrum. So right after the season, I ended up getting surgery. So during the whole draft process, I didn't get drafted at all. But even like after that, they were trying to get me to come in for like rookie mini camps and that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of teams was a mess with me off the fact that I had a torn labrum. So
yeah, coming off an injury.
It was like the toughest thing right there. So that right there low key threw my NFL dreams all down the toilet because nobody was really trying to mess with me because I was like, I guess like broken goods, like you could say like that. They weren't trying to really mess.
And what did that do to you mentally, man? I love highlighting this, man. And I love being just honest and transparent, man. Like, when I went undrafted, I was 2012 draft, went undrafted, had to move back to Cleveland, living with my dad. Like I was, man, probably depressed for like probably at least like a month. Didn't go nowhere. All my workout stuff, I used to turn it inside out. I ain't want to talk to nobody, none of that. Try to stay in shape. Just try to figure out a plan on like, okay, talk to your agent, like, so you got to stay in shape. So you got to continue to work out. But shit, you got to find a job. You got bills to pay. Like, you know what I mean? You back home with your people. Like, so that transition, man, was very, very hard for me. And I know hundreds and hundreds of guys who was very hard for it. And I love talking to guys who actually made it and became millionaires, because that transition, it's hard for them, right? Because you go from a broke college student to a millionaire, you know what I'm saying? So you've never touched that type of money, but at the end of the day, you made it. But the guys like us that gotta move back home and figure shit out, and like you gotta work out, you gotta stay in shape, you gotta hustle, try to get a workout, try to get on, and so you gotta find a job, you gotta pay bills, you gotta figure out your living situation. Like that shit is tough, man. You know what I mean? You got to figure out in your mental, like, why didn't I get drafted? What happened? Like, you have all those thoughts, you know what I'm saying, running through your head, and you 22, 23, young man trying to figure it out. You're a college graduate, but life hits you, you know what I mean? So like how was that transition for you?
For me, it was kind of tough, but I feel like what helped me is I end up getting an opportunity to play ball overseas. You feel me? Just going, bro. Because at the end of the day, I love ball, bro. Like I love, bro. Like at the end of the day, man, like it helps me at the end of the day, bro. It helps me because I feel like you said, man, without it, I'd be feeling depressed, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be just feeling like I'd be feeling depressed. So I got an opportunity to play ball overseas in France, right at the college.
That's hard.
It was a pretty dope experience, just being over there, meeting people and stuff like that, trying to great food. You feel me?
Yeah. Taking in the whole culture. How long was you out there?
The vibe. Only crazy thing about it was I was over there around the time that whole little bombing accident thing happened, so that was kind of crazy. But aside, it was a good experience just being over there for that time. And also, another negative thing about it, it don't got nothing to do with Paris, but I had ended up missing the when the Cavs won the championship because I was over there. You feel me?
Oh, 2016, you was out there.
But outside of that, it was dope. It was dope.
Yeah.
I was over there, so I had a good time, man. Set a couple
Okay.
records, so.
Okay. That's dope, man. And that's the cool thing about football, man. That's what make you appreciate it even more. Like, right? Because it take you to a bunch of places and domestically in the United States, and it take you a lot of places internationally, man. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's hard. So like, so how long did you spend in France? And then like when you came back, did you play somewhere else overseas? Because I know you eventually transitioned to arena ball, and I played 2 years of arena ball too. So I kind of know, what that lifestyle was like. So did you go back overseas somewhere, or did you just transition to arena ball?
What that was, that's kind of a funny story too. So when I got back from France, I had one of my cousins, his name Paul Sains. He had got him and his homeboy Joe. They had ended up basically getting in contact with a coach and was about to play arena football down here in North Carolina. It was for a very, very lower league. I forget the exact name of it. I think it was like the AAF or something at the moment. It was a team called the Triangle Torch.
Okay.
I ended up coming out here with them and ended up getting in the arena league that way. Started playing with them. I played them for like a year or two. Then I moved on up to the NAL. Started playing for the Carolina Cobras.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, IFL for a hot second for a year, and I played with the Spokane Shot.
Okay.
And then last year I went back to the NAL and played with the Cobras again.
Okay.
Which was pretty good time.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Right now I'll say is I ain't get it. I went to 3 championships and lost. And that hurt, bro. I ain't won.
It hurt.
I had 3 opportunities, bro. And I kept losing, man. I don't know if it's me or what, but it sucked.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I played in the IFL 2 years too. I played for the Green Bay Blizzard and the Iowa Barnstormers. So I played 2 years there, man. And I tell guys all the time, man, like you said, like you really have to like love football and just love playing in them type of leagues. Like, you know what I mean? Because the amount of damage you putting on your body versus what you getting paid, you know what I mean? It's like for me, I was always just goal oriented. I knew that I needed some new film. After you get a certain age, the scouts ain't looking at your college tape. You know what I mean? So you gotta be able to show that you can still ball, that you can still move. You know what I mean? You got to be able to show your skill set and explosion and all that. So those were the reasons why I played, and I'm sure those was the reasons you played, man. So I know you just recently played. So do you feel like you done? You gonna play another season? Like, how you feeling?
I truly don't know. Right now it's in the air, bro. Like, excuse me, because right now, me and my girl, we on our parenting vibe right now.
Right, raising the family. Yeah.
Kind of tough for her because she be having to take care of house and home while I'm gone on the road and stuff like that. So I'm trying to make stuff easier for her, but I love the game, so it's hard for me to say I don't want to play no more, bro. So it's in the air right now. I don't want to say yes, I don't want to say no. You feel me? But
yeah. Hey, I feel you, man. Take your time, and you gonna know. When it's over like that. That thing, it hit me when I think I was about 28. I knew because I had just I played for the Barnstormer in 2016, and one of the homies, Mike Daniels, that played in the league, still in the league, actually 10 years, he put me on with he put me on with his agent at Sports Stars. So they're a pretty big agency. Sent the dude my film, and he started like shopping it around. Like at the time, I think I was 27, and he had got a couple of hitbacks here from the Browns, Patriots. And they basically, all the scouts, linebacker coaches, stuff like that, was telling them the same thing. Like, man, this dude a player, we like his tape, but he's 27. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can get that from a 21-year-old, you know what I mean? And he can develop into something way better by the time he's 27. Yeah, like that's when I got hit with that. So that's when I was like, okay, like it's probably over. Because that was my whole goal. I mean, in the CFL too, but like it seemed like the CFL teams, they're only allowed a certain amount of Americans, like a certain number of Americans. So it's like the odds of you getting on, usually they sign a lot of skilled players like from America, but the odds of you getting on as like a linebacker or a DN or a pass rusher is very, very, very tough. So I went to a bunch of CFL camps. Living in Atlanta, they come to Atlanta and hold camps all the time. And it was just, they just kept hitting me with the same thing, man, like stay in shape, really like your tape, really like how you move, And so, yeah, it hit me at 28. Like, yeah, man, I think it's over. And like you said, man, without football, I went through like I would call it an identity crisis. You know what I mean? Because I started playing at 8 and shit, I really didn't know. I always been an athlete. So like, I didn't really know who I was outside of the game, outside of the sport. You know what I'm saying? So I had to do like a deep dive into myself and figure out shit, what brought me the same type of joy that football brought me, but wasn't football. You know what I mean? It took me a while to figure that out. But I found like storytelling and stuff like that. So that's why I started this podcast. You know, it's a form of storytelling, but it's all of our authentic and organic stories, man. So yeah, man, best of luck on your journey, man. Take your time. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna know what to do.
For sure. So definitely now I'm trying to figure out what exactly I want to find out, what I want to do, you know, outside of football. Like,
yeah,
I like playing video games and stuff like that, but it's still the same as playing football, you know?
Right. No, it's not like I still like try to play ball at least twice a week. Stay active. But like for me, it's just like that competitiveness. Like football is a really competitive game, man. And people hate to admit it, man, but you gotta have like a lot of ego and confidence to be good in football. You know what I'm saying? Sure. So like,
you gotta have a dog.
Yeah, you gotta have that dog mentality. And like for me, I'm still like I will never lose that. So I'll be having to try to figure out ways to get it out, like just get that competitiveness out, like because like.
That's the only way to use it, bro. It's football, bro.
Exactly. Exactly. Like working a job and like you said, raising a family, all that stuff is great, but like you don't get to release that dog, like that competitiveness. So I I try to hoop and get it in there. I get outside, ride the bike. You know, I said try to get it in on the conditioning to just try to release that dog, man, because it's in you. You know, since you was young. So like. I love hearing that, man. So yeah, bro, just one more question. What would you say is Mike Robinson's after effect? I know you still playing and you up in the air about it, but you started playing at a young age and you at the age where you at now, you've been playing. This has been close to like a 20-year relationship with football. So what were like some lessons that you learned, from different coaches, from mentors, from Chandler Jones, from different teammates? What were some lessons that you learned that you took and you carry with you now, just as you get older, as you raise your family, and really just, as we trying to push the culture forward?
Number one, you got to control the controllables. You feel me? You got to control what you can control.
Yes, sir.
You got to be disciplined, and you got to realize adversity gonna come throughout your life, but you got to stick to the path, bro. Because
that's real.
You got to get adversity, so you can't let it break. That's the biggest three things football done taught me. Like, everybody deal with them things. You feel me? You gotta, because you can't control everything. You feel me?
Exactly. And man,
your emotion and how you look at things, how you carry on. So those probably like things in my mind.
No, I love that, bro. And nothing against non-athletes or people that didn't, play or weren't athletic on the type of level that we were on. But man, football, it teach you so much about how to handle adversity. Like, you look at people that don't have those experiences, man, they be going crazy or they losing it when they experience some adversity. And so what I noticed is we were able to pull from that hard practice we had or that hard conditioning session when you got to run that last sprint and you can't feel your legs. And you have adversity in football all the time where you get beat 30 to nothing on the road, or you get whooped at home. We're just having that adversity. And like you said, man, controlling the controllables. I'm a manager now in finance, but I tell my team that all the time, man, like control the controllables. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you can't control it, don't trip about it. You know what I mean? And football teaches us that too, man. So as I've gotten older, I'm sure you the same, man. You start to really be able to see all the lessons that you learn from the game. You know what I mean? And how they come back up in your life in different areas. You know what I mean?
That's for
sure.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Well, yeah, bro, that's all I had, man. I appreciate you joining. One thing I've been trying to pride myself on, especially since COVID, is, giving guys flowers while we still here, man. I feel like as Black men, we won't do it enough, man. And so, obviously we've been knowing each other since super young, since little guys, man, seeing each other in the church. So I just want to tell you, Oz, bro, all your accomplishments, everything you've done up to this point, man. Super proud of you, man. Keep putting on, for our city, keep putting on for your family. And I just want to like show you that love and give you your flowers, bro, while we both still here, man.
I appreciate that, man. Same to you, bro. I love what you're doing,
sir.
man. I love the 360 you done did, man. You feel me? Like you,
Yes, sir.
bro. I appreciate what you got going on, man. It's really dope, bro. I'm proud of the turnaround you got going on.
Yes, sir. Hey, I appreciate it, man. And we locked in a couple of days ago with the numbers, man. So let's just stay in touch.
Yes, sir.
Keep each other encouraged, man. And hopefully, we can link up sometime down the road.
For sure. Next time I'm in the city, I got you, bro. We're gonna link.
Okay, for sure. Well, y'all have a good night, man. Be safe out here.
All right. Holla at you, dog.
Yes, sir. So yeah, guys, I thought that was a great episode 83 with Micah Robinson. Had a pretty good illustrious career at the University of Syracuse, has played in France and played some years of arena football. And now, he's in that kind of like limbo stage where he's trying to figure it out. Doesn't know if he wants to retire or keep playing. So I love that for him. If you watch this entire episode on YouTube, please subscribe to LeBron Daniel TV. Please leave a comment if you have a question. If you've listened on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please leave us a review. As you know, listenership is one of the ways that we make money. As you can see, I have the 8-ball colorway snapback on After Effects Show. The website is officially done. We're looking to launch, in the next week, in the next, 5 or 6 days. So I've had the merch just sitting for a while. I had to get the website together and get some marketing videos ready to hopefully get guests that have joined to purchase, to, if you've listened, if you watch, if you love what we've done over the past 27 months, you will have an opportunity to purchase. So if you haven't right now, visit the aftereffectshow.com, purchase a hat, purchase some stickers, purchase some magnets. We got some black t-shirts. We got some gray t-shirts, and just continue to rock with us, as we continue to tell these organic and authentic stories from former and current athletes. So until the next time, peace.
Subscribe to LeBron Daniel TV, but you already knew that, where we dig deep and find our hustle, and every single day we are better than yesterday. Subscribe.